On the evening of February 19, 2025, aboard Air Force One, President Donald Trump stunned reporters with this bold statement. "We're going to Fort Knox, the main gold vault in the United States, to make sure the gold is really there. If we don't find the gold there, we'll be extremely angry." Back in late January, JPMorgan Chase announced it would deliver nearly 1.5 million ounces of physical gold, worth $4 billion, to futures investors. That's not normal. Normally, banks like JPMorgan settle gold futures in cash, not actual gold. They buy back the contracts, pay the difference, and move on. So why now? Why is JPMorgan suddenly flying gold from London to investors in the US? To understand that, we need to talk about how banks use gold futures. Big US banks store a ton of gold, and much of it is in London, inside the Bank of England's deep underground vaults. Why London? Because it's the global gold trading capital, and it's cheaper to store gold there than in the US, but here's the twist. Only 6% of that gold belongs to the British government. The rest? It belongs to foreign central banks and massive institutions like JPMorgan. These banks use futures contracts to protect themselves from falling prices. It's like insurance. If gold drops, they make money on futures. If it rises, they profit from their physical gold. Here's the key. Most gold futures contracts don't involve actual gold. They're settled in cash, just paying the difference between the contract price and the current market price. But that only works when prices in London and New York are similar. Lately, that balance has exploded. Since Trump's election, gold has gotten more expensive in the US than in the UK. A big reason? Trump's trade policies. He hit Canada, Mexico, and soon China and the EU with massive tariffs. Investors panicked, fearing Trump might even tax gold imports. That created a huge price gap. Gold futures in New York were trading nearly $50 higher per ounce than spot prices in London, and that price difference changed everything. Banks like JPMorgan had two choices: settle in cash and take a loss, or ship cheaper gold from London to settle physically. They chose option 2. It's called arbitrage, buying low in one place, selling high in another. And the rush began. Private jets loaded with gold started flying from London daily, headed straight for New York and Ohio. By mid-March, something even more shocking happened. Fort Knox received its first gold shipment from London in over a decade, 25 tons under heavy guard. By April, the total shipments reached over 100 tons, all from the Bank of England. The Bank of England? They're struggling to keep up. They've started limiting large withdrawals, tightening security, and demanding more notice for gold exports, especially from US clients. Meanwhile, gold refineries in Switzerland and Dubai are maxed out, unable to meet demand for US-branded gold bars. So what's the big picture? Donald Trump has reshaped the global gold market. Through his economic moves, partnerships with gold advocates like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, and an aggressive America First agenda, Trump has triggered a gold repatriation wave unlike anything we've seen before. And it's not just about money, it's about control. Trump doesn't just see gold as an asset, he sees it as leverage. By moving gold out of foreign vaults and back onto US soil, he's pushing for economic independence. He's rewriting the rules of global finance. That's why Elon Musk's conspiracy post, even if false, served a purpose. It stirred fear. It justified drastic action. And it gave Trump the perfect excuse to say, "We're just making sure everything's safe." But maybe, just maybe, he's planning for a financial system that looks nothing like the one we know today. Agree with Trump or not, one thing's for sure. The gold game has changed forever. The prices, the players, the politics, everything is in motion. And the next chapter, it's coming fast, so if you want to stay ahead of the curve, if you want to understand where the money is flowing and why, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Share this video with your family and friends. This is information everyone needs to hear, because what's happening in the gold market today could shape the world tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.